Hi, Dara here from HiveAlive, the world's #1 bee feed supplement. So we're coming to the winter time now. Time for feeding sugar syrup is over, and it's important to make sure your bees have enough food for the winter time and don't run out of food during the winter time. And that's where HiveAlive Fondant comes in. So HiveAlive Fondant comes in a 1 kg pack. It's super thin, so super easy to put between a crown board and the roof. It's sealed, so it's good for up to 2 years, so the fondant won't go off, and very easy to use. It has the correct dosage of HiveAlive in there. It also has vitamins and amino acids in there as well. The beauty of this is it's used using an enzymatic process which prevents any HMF, which is a toxin to bees and not allowed to be in honey. So it prevents that from happening because there's no heat used in the processing of this. So it's super safe to use with the bees. So HiveAlive Fondant can be added at any stage over the winter time or the spring to hives. There is nothing more heartbreaking than opening up a colony in springtime and finding dead bees, especially when those dead bees have starved, their bums sticking out of the combs, and they're a frame or two away from food. But the cluster was cold and the cluster wasn't able to move over those frames of food, and the bees basically starved out. And that's the beauty of the HiveAlive Fondant. Like I said, it can be used anytime over the winter time or springtime. It's really just to make sure your bees don't run out of food, always have food close by to them, and that they don't starve. So it's super easy to use. Basically what we're doing is this is the fondant. It's super thin. It's a 1 kilogram pack. It's pre-sealed, doesn't go off, it lasts a long time. And all you have to do is go up, open the roof of the hive, and then get a knife or your hive tool, sharp hive tool, cut a little square out of the plastic, out of the fondant, and put that open bit over the hole on the crown board, which should be directly over the cluster of bees. This will allow the bees to go straight up, feed into that, they'll work their way into this bag and eat all the food they want. It's very easy then to check to see if they're eating it by basically going up, lift up the roof without disturbing the colony. If they're eating it away, you're happy, start running out, you can put a new bag back on. And either way, if there's any left over in the springtime, you can always seal it back up again, or alternatively just melt down again, maybe even a 1-to-1 sugar syrup, and feed it back to the bees as a spring stimulant at that stage. So make sure you're not disappointed next spring. Make sure your colonies are strong and make sure they don't run out of food over the winter time, and use HiveAlive Fondant to make sure you've got good, strong, healthy colonies.